But you guys know who he is, and he's all part of the SYSBM movement in part, not in whole, but y'all know what time it is. Hold tight.
I'm tired of America. I'm tired of America. So I'm hitting Richie on the net. I got the tickets, that's a bet. We need to link, my brother set it up. Damn, I didn't had enough. Ooh, I won't lie. Can I get a little shake with them fries? My skin tone is matching your eyes. Black men, you know we like them thighs. And baby, she can do it all. Your land is my land. Cut through.
So the man of the hour, man, Richard Mack in the house.
Yo,
man, I feel bad, man, about you sleeping, man. But you know what, man, you always down for the calls, man. And I apologize for waking you up, but I had to get your input on this. In this movie, Black Panther, it appears that T'Challa was not recast. And I want you to talk about, Richie, some of the things you went through in Hollywood. And you share what you feel comfortable sharing. But do you feel like sometimes they black out black actors intentionally? And how do you feel about them not recasting T'Challa in this movie? How do you feel about the whole scenario?
Well, to be honest, man, it's like, I haven't seen the movie, so I can't really speak on what I haven't seen. But being this is the industry I grew up in, man, it was almost like a joke. Like, it was just a running joke. Like the black person is the first person to die in every movie. You know what I mean? We did a movie called Hollywood Shuffle that made fun of all of these things. Playing a butler, a slave, or whatever it was. It's just always been that way. It was almost a given. Like Hattie McDaniel, she won the Academy Award for playing I don't know if that's a Sambo. I don't know what you call it, but I don't think it was until like Denzel won the award like 70 years later that things had changed a little bit. So I'm not really surprised about it, man. I just know that's what it is. But that's another reason why we have to take on our own instead of waiting on other people, depending on the people to show us how we want to be shown in film, television, and any other type of influential media. So I don't know if I answered your question, Coach.
Yeah. You did a great job, man, and I appreciate it, man. When you hear the word blackout, what does that mean for you being a former actor? When you hear the word blackout, what does that mean for you being a former actor? Hold tight. When you hear the word blackout, what does that mean to you, Richard?
Hey, man, y'all got to give a shout out to the coach clinician, man. I heard what he said. He does work hard to do this and make presentations and stuff.
Yeah.
And all he wants really is you guys to show up and hit the like button. So I understand. But I'm going to answer your question, KC. But in fairness to you, man, everybody's numbers are down. Like my numbers are like, you would really? Think I just started 2 weeks ago. When you see my numbers is crazy. So don't take it personal, man. I don't know if it's an algorithm thing. That could be another form of being blacked out. Who knows?
That's true. Right. You're right, Rich. Yeah, I heard some people say, but yeah, man, I'm very, very honored to the brothers that always support. You always got a faithful few. But I'm going to definitely have to reconsider how I use my time moving forward because it's just I love doing these shows and helping the brothers. But and you're a content creator with Zoom to Thailand, but it's time consuming. It's time consuming. I'm a licensed therapist by trade, man. So this is more of a hobby for me, but I do it to empower brothers. And they help me when they support the stream by sharing it, and they don't support it monetarily. But I do it because I won't see brothers win. I want to see men win. But I definitely got to reconsider how I use my time moving forward. If I do these shows, it's limited my time because I got to make sure if I'm doing these shows, it's worth my time. About production quality. It takes a lot of time to put these shows together, man. And,
tell me about it. Like I was telling you, I was up till 5 a.m. trying to get this episode. And then I got a whole nother fight after the episode is done. Then when I put up my videos, then they get a yellow check mark. Then you can automatically challenge it. Usually
right. Yeah, that's all right.
But it'll come back in maybe a couple hours, maybe 24 hours at the most. Now it's taking 4 or 5 days for it to come back. So I got to put up my video knowing it's going to get yellow check mark, knowing that it might take 3 or 4 days, which throws the scheduling off. And if you're not coming on at the same time, it throws your scheduling off. So to me, that's a form of being blacked out. You know, me being of a certain age, you know, we didn't have words like blacked out. It just is what it is. But I can give you a real Hollywood example when I'm talking about. Let me think about it because I'm just waking up. Forget what.
Take your time. Take your time, bro.
Which one was it? I think it was The Matrix. I can't remember which one it was, but it was like the main guy who was like, was it the man? I can't remember. You guys got to help me if I got the. Just go with me and think it's The Matrix. They had Lawrence Fishburne was the main guy, right? And he was the guy, and he wanted more money. When the thing got bigger, he wanted more money. He wanted to get paid, you know, like the non-melanated people get paid when they do their thing. And so he held out on his contract. They just flipped him right out through Sam Jackson in there, and it was a wrap. You know what I mean? Like we're that replaceable. Like we don't get to stand in. Another example is the TV show Friends. It was a very successful TV show on NBC. What they would do, like I don't know if it's conspiracy, but the stuff that I know that they do, you guys might not pay attention to it, but every time they would start a new television network, they would start with all black shows. They did it with the WB. They did it with NBC with the Cosby Show. They did it with y'all had different names in different states. So it was like Channel 5 for us. The WB, they always start with black shows, and then after the TV show started gaining revenue, then they switch them out with non-melanated shows, and then the rest was history. So you know, the classic example is NBC with Bill Cosby and the Cosby Show. NBC was in third place. ABC and CBS was having it their way.
Right.
They threw up the Cosby Show. It became a hit. They followed it with A Different World. It became a hit. And as soon as it got really, really popping, they flipped it off, and then they came with Friends and all of that stuff. Just totally just demelanated the platform. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know. Maybe it's a coincidence, but it happened on 4 different channels during my run in the television business. So it's hard for me to call that a coincidence, KC.
No, right. You know, Rich, I don't know if you're well versed in wokeism, but you know, wokeism basically is, in my opinion, it uses black men and black women sad. I think black men realize what's going on. Some of our women don't. And it uses us to push very ultra liberal agendas, you know, like the radical, very radical. And, you know, there's a such thing, Richie, called white exceptionalism, which basically says that everything was great. Everything white is great. Everything except white folks was great. You know, all the cast for superheroes were white. And so I don't have a problem with diversity, Richie, if it's balanced. I don't have a problem with having, like, Namor. I think that's good. I think, who was the guy, the Asian guy that was a superhero? He was, like, super good with his fists. The movie recently, Shang-Chi or something. I don't know the name of the movie.
Bruce Lee. That's the only one I know was Bruce Lee. He was bad. That was my guy.
No. They had one better than Bruce Lee, man. Wow. They came out with an Asian movie. He was like a super equivalent of Bruce Lee. And he had like 7 rings. I forgot the name of the movie. And with Black Panther. But, you know, just like you see, they recasted Black Panther with Shuri. They took out... they've always historically not given black men roles in Hollywood and given black men roles as super characters. Or like you said, we were always villains or bad boys. We always got killed quick. How did you guys protest against that, Richie, when you were in Hollywood? What were the safeguards that you would use to protest some of the injustices that you saw in Hollywood back then?
Well, we couldn't protest because there was no option to protest. There was no internet. There was no YouTube. Like, if it was a YouTube and all that, I would have went crazy back then. But there was none of that. It was just the TV channels. I was finishing my point about the Cosby, and I see Top Gun is saying some things too. The thing about it I was saying is that the Cosby Show, A Different World, and then they came with Friends later on. And then Friends, what they did was they decided the whole cast, I think it was like 7 of them. I don't remember exactly how many people it was. I never really watched the show. But they all decided we all gonna hold out until you all pay us $100,000 each episode, and that had never been done before. I don't even think Bill Cosby was getting $100,000 episode. I'm not really sure what his numbers were,
Right?
But they did that. They held out. They gave them all their money. If y'all old enough to remember a show called what was the show? And I saw he said they switched out Living Single with Friends. No, Living Single was on Fox, and Fox is the example I'm talking about. It was a different show after New York Undercover. They tried the same thing. New York Undercover, the two leads, they tried to hold out for their money. They took them in a room. This is real shit. They took them in a room, showed them a trailer of New York Undercover, and showed them going into a car and the car blowing up. And they were like, and that's what's gonna happen to y'all if y'all try this holdout game like what's the name did, like Friends did. We just don't have the same. It's just like everything in real life, man. It's like we don't support each other, so how can we expect other people to support us? It doesn't happen. Like any famous rapper, I don't care if it's Public Enemy or if it's anybody famous today. It's like it's not the black people that really pay the money for the tickets and the streams and stuff. It's other people that pay for it. So and that's what they call back in the day crossing over. You had to cross over to make money because but in fairness to black people, we didn't have extra money like that to go pay $400 or $500 for a concert ticket or buy records. Like we never had that. You know, we have 1/10 the wealth of the average non-melanated person. So it's like we didn't have all that extra stuff. So like a lot of people have. So in fairness, that had a lot to do with it. But the bottom line is the bottom line. If we really wanted to support each other, we could. That's why I'm doing like the ACA Awards. I'm doing an Amazing Creator Awards to give back and help our own. And it's not just black people in it, but it's predominantly black people in it. And it's supposed to be, because we won't get our props all the time because we're expecting somebody else to do it for us. And we just can't do that no more, man. And I'll call them the Martin Luther King days. It's like, man, that was 60 years ago, man. And we still marching, we still doing the same thing, but we ain't supporting and creating our own platforms, our own NBA, our own NFL, our own Hollywood, like our own anything. So it's like, how can you expect it to change? The only thing that people in the powers respect, it's like with Martin Luther King, since we're going back to the Martin Luther King times, they didn't respect nothing he was saying until he stopped riding on them buses. Right. Once he said, okay, we got to sit in the back, we just went around in your bus. We'll walk, we'll take a carpool, we'll do whatever we want. And the financial burden on the bus stations made them break down and do that. It's the same thing with this. I'm not saying we should cause riots and all that goofy marching. To me, it don't really do nothing. All it does is make a loud noise for a couple of days and we go back to the same stuff. Just like when my man that just got killed. You know, it'll be like 2-3 more days and we'll forget about him. You know
right. I did a show talking about Takeoff. The title of the show was called Thanatopsis. And Thanatopsis is tied to the meditation of death. And sadly, Richie, it's become a culture of death. And you're right, sadly, man, you know, we don't support each other like we should. You know, I mean, like I said, you know, I don't know if I'm taking risks when I do these shows. I mean, I'm not saying nothing wrong, but being a licensed therapist can be argued I'm taking risks because, you know, my license is being put on the line. And so, not that I'm saying nothing wrong per se, but I got to reevaluate how I do things moving forward. But you can't punish yourself for what you enjoy doing. Shout out to Big Smooth. He's right. He's saying Living Single and Friends had similar plots. Yeah. You know, the only thing with Living Single was all women, but yeah, it's the same thing, man. We take our idea, like it killed me one time. Even the music business, man. I remember, and y'all can look this up, man. Little Richard was like the architect of rock and roll. And what they would do is like black people go on the Chitlin circuit and sweat and give you the best performance, because that's the thing that we have more than anybody. We got sweat equity. So we always gonna have a new singing group, a new singer, a new basketball player, a new football player, because that we grew up sweating. That's all we know from history, being slaves, is sweating. So that's what we know how to do better than anybody else. Right. So when you go back and you look at, you know, at history, that's what we did. We sweated, but we didn't come together and do anything together. So it's just really, really frustrating, man, that it's like we still having this conversation, man. Especially now we got YouTube, even though they controlling YouTube too. You see what they doing to Kyrie Irving. It's like, man, I love everybody, but I'm black first. I say this all the time.
You know what I mean? I believe there's good people in everybody, and I think there's the worst people in everybody, including our own, because we the ones that be deleting each other on a regular basis. So it is. So it is what it is. But we need more closer clinicians, man. So don't let yourself get discouraged on what you're doing. I mean, because it's like me with the way I edit Zoom in Thailand. That's why I was up till 5 this morning. It's like, even though my numbers are way down, my numbers are like 1/3 of what they normally are.
Really?
And it's like, yeah, it's crazy, man. My last few videos, I don't even know if they got 10,000 views, brother. You know, and I'm used to doing like 30, 40, 50. But it's like, but it is what it is. It's not going to stop me from working hard and giving good product. It's like, you know, I just got to figure it out or whatever. But I can't like slack up on my work because the numbers aren't reflecting it, because I don't think it has anything to do with me, because my work isn't going to change. So with you, if you do pull back, I wouldn't even tell people that. I would just kind of see what works. You got to try different things, like different thumbnails, different titles. That's what they always teach us. And it's all in that, man, because you expect everybody to be on the wavelength that you're on, Casey, and you want a different vibration than everybody else. And the frustrating part for you, I know what it is. The frustrating part is you ain't asking for nobody to do shit. You just fucking show up and fucking hit the button. It ain't a lot. I've seen you with huge streams, but you just can't.
Share the stream.
Hit the like button. Uncontrolled.
Not asking for a lot.
You trying to get their money out of them, and it's not that. Y'all don't understand. We're working for free. You know what I mean? It's like we're not guaranteed what Google's gonna give us. They give us what they say they're gonna give us, but we don't know what it is. Like, you know, 1 minute we might make $40, the next minute we might make $400. It just depends. So we really don't know. So it's the support of others that keep us going. And I get it now, because I've been, you know, I be putting in a gang of work, and I'll be like, this is what I'm getting for all this work. I'll be feeling the same way. But I do it for the love and the passion of just being good at what I do and trying to be the best at what I do and really trying to give a viable product. But I have somebody tell me, man, it tripped me out, man. I was ready to jump through the phone. He told me, you know, I'm overhyping Thailand. He said, man, you overhyping it. I'm like, brother, I've been living here for 3 years, man. Ain't nothing that I done said ever capping or exaggeration or anything. I'm giving you guys my experience. You can't give me your experience is different. You know, okay, I respect that, but you can't tell me my experience is not valid, because I've been here when nobody else was here. I was the only one here before the pandemic. I mean, during the pandemic. Can't nobody tell me what it was when you wasn't here. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, but it inspired me, because then I just went harder like on the next episode. So, you know, but
well, definitely, man, your stuff is fire. You're fire. Listen, man, they used to call them McDonald's All-Americans back in the day. You definitely McDonald's All-American, man. You know, shit. You definitely a 5-star recruit. Shout out to my man Byron Hammer TV for the $8.99 super sticker. I appreciate Byron Hammer.
Yeah, he got an accent too. I would love to hear y'all talk. You need to have him come up. I want to hear the English London accent with the Southern American accent. Y'all would have a ball. I would love to hear that. Tim Howard in the building.
Shout out to my man Tim, man. He said, planning for TKC new computer. They don't, because I got a Lenovo T580, which is a good computer. I pay over $1,000 for this computer, man.
Well, if you say you pay $1,000, we don't do the value by how much you pay. We value it by year, because every year the stuff upgrades. What year is that computer?
It was last year. I bought it 2021.
You bought it last year and you need to upgrade?
Well, no. What it is, I gotta separate my work from doing YouTube. So this is like I'm mixing in work with YouTube stuff, which could be slowing down the operating system, I think. But also I need to check, because I bought a Nighthawk. I paid like $250 for my Nighthawk, man.
What's a Nighthawk?
Rich, I think kicked that close to Nighthawk is around. I probably kicked out Richie probably $7,000 to $8,000 last year, man, doing YouTube, man, out of my own money. That's no cap. I can show you receipts, brother. $7,000 to $8,000 on my own money. And see, you see my production quality, man. I don't just throw stuff together, get up here and blur my mouth. I try to get guys quality stuff, man. You know, I take it personal, but I'm using my own money to do it. And you're right. You know, when you put together productions, you hope that people support it. Now, listen, people can argue, well, don't nobody ask you to do it. And you're right, they don't ask you to do it. But right.
Don't nobody ask you to do it. That's right.
But right. But my look is, man, you know, when people show you love and you know they're doing for the brotherhood, Capote thing, you know, this stuff is hit or miss. YouTube is hit or miss. You know, it's hit or miss, and you know, when people show love and support, you know, it helps, man. Because like I said, the computer I'm looking at now, if I decide to get a new one, with all the processor and the memory and the RAM, man, probably about $3,700, man.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. You paying $7,000 for a computer? That thing needs to damn near fly an airplane for you. That much. I don't know how you. I use Mac. Of course, I'm a Mac. $3,700, man. You know. Yeah. That's crazy, Casey. We got to talk about that offline. I need to know who was the salesman that duped you in the 7Gs.
Oh no, not 7Gs. No. I didn't pay. No, I paid $7,000 altogether out of my pocket for the equipment. You know, like processing boards. You know, all the different stuff.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about for the computer. I'm like,
no. But there are some computers. If you get, you know, there are some computers, man, that can get up to $5,000 to $6,000. You put like, you know, some processors cost as high, Richie, is $700 for a processor, man. You know, i9 turbo processor is about $700 just for the process. You know, we ain't talking about the memory. You know, it can get very pricey if you custom build it, man. You know, but you know, it's an investment, man. You know, and that's why I do what I do. But I'm definitely gonna start looking at, you know, reviewing different stuff. Richie, you know, when you look at Hollywood, man, do you think there's an attack on masculinity in your opinion? And if so, when did it start? You know we've been under the microscope for years, but do you feel like there's an attack on masculinity, not only in Hollywood, but just in general with politics and every other thing, in your opinion?
Man, you don't even want to get me started on that because I don't want to get nobody in trouble. But I'll put it to you this way. Me and an actor friend of mine, Sean Baker. Sean, wherever you at, I know you probably in LA doing your thing. I love Sean, but we'd always debate over stuff like this. But if you notice, you can name maybe 20 black actors, maybe 20. If your 20 favorite actors, your 20 favorite black actors, like, and you look at them 20 people, 15 to 18 of them put on a dress at some point.
Right.
So, and it's funny, don't get me wrong, it's funny, but out of your 20 favorite actors, 15 to 18 of them is putting on dresses, man. It's like, you know, you can start with Flip Wilson, you can go to Martin, you can go to my brother, I love him, Cuba Gooding Jr., you can go to Wesley Snipes, you can go to everybody puts the dress on, man. And don't get me wrong, for the art, as an actor, you're supposed to be able to get enveloped in your character and do what you want. Dustin Hoffman did it with a movie called Tootsie. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just black people putting on dresses, but it's just amazing how many do. So when Dave Chappelle said, I'm not putting on a dress, it was almost crazy. You know what I mean? Now, you know, you won't see, you know, Clint Eastwood putting on a dress. You know what I mean?
Right.
You won't see, you know, certain people putting on dresses. So that's like the feminization kind of like of the thing we saw. But once again, that goes back to us not being in control. Like you got your man Tyler Perry, like he puts on a dress, and now he has a I haven't been to it, but I heard it's beautiful. He has a full-on studio in Atlanta. Now, with that as a base, we should be able to produce all our own films and all our own things. But then you gotta deal with, thank you, baby. Then you gotta deal with who's gonna show up to watch the movies. Right, that's another example. Right. Like, you know, like I literally had a Hollywood meeting, literally, with Minister Louis Farrakhan when he was thinking about putting together this thing called the Million Man March. Like, he was thinking about it. He's like, I want to do this. You know what I mean? I don't know if people are going to support. He was in that first time, and I met him, man. He's such a wonderful spirit, man. Y'all can't say nothing bad about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, man. He's smart. He's articulate. I mean, he's articulate. He's just, I mean, he loves his people. You know what I mean? But they were talking about putting it together, and he invited all of Hollywood. He invited at the time, the biggest people like Arsenio Hall, Eddie Murphy, that whole group of people, everybody. He invited like 200 of Hollywood's elite. And I wasn't invited. I just went with Cuba, me and Cuba, because Cuba went, and Cuba Gooding Jr. He went. I went with him, and 200 of Hollywood's elites are invited, and maybe like 20 people showed up. Maybe 20. I remember specifically who was there. It wasn't even really 20. It was like John Amos was there, Sheila Frazier, Cedric Ceballos, Cuba, my man Ren Brown. It was, I don't even know if it was 10, maybe it was, I don't know, it was a long time ago. Remember, this is the Million Man March. But the point I was making is, it's like, if we build the airplane and nobody wants to fly on the airplane, it's like, what can we do? That's what I'm saying. When you put in that work that you do and nobody shows up, how do we know? We have to start with the basics of supporting each other. Every other race supports each other. That's why in every city in America, you got a Chinatown. You might have a Mexican area, you might have this, but you don't have a designated area for us because we won't support it, or we'll shoot it up, or we'll do something to it. So it's a cold game, man. But we got too many black millionaires to not create our own thing. And it goes back to what I was talking about with Tyler Perry. It's like, we could start there and do movies out of there and really come together and do quality movies, not just some BS. Like a lot of times we just put a lot of famous black actors in all in one movie and think because of that, we load up the movie with every black actor that people have seen, thinking that's going to translate to box office. But it's really about the quality of the work that you put in. Coming up under Keenan and Robert, Robert Townsend and Keenan Ivory Wayans, it was like, they were like the people that broke out of the system. You know what I mean? And that's what made them so famous, because they broke out of it. Even y'all don't know the stories of In Living Color. In Living Color was one of the biggest shows. Once again, it was a Fox show. And then later on, they had Rock, they had a Living Color, they had what was the other show they had on there? They had like 3 or 4 Living Single. They had a couple shows, and then once the network gets big, they get rid of them. But In Living Color almost didn't get picked up. And then when it did get picked up, they did Keenan Dirty. Y'all don't really understand. Like, I know you want some Hollywood insider stuff, KC, but I'm sure you people can look this up and see it. If you remember, Keenan left at the end of In Living Color, and then the siblings followed after that because they did him dirty. What they did was Keenan and In Living Color damn near turned the whole network around. And the thanks Keenan got was because what we do in Hollywood when we do TV series, there's a magical number called 100. Just like I'm trying to get 100,000 subscribers, right? There's a magical number called 100. It's 100 episodes in a sitcom. Once you get 100 episodes, you become what's called syndicated. That syndicated means you come on 5 days a week. It's a different world now, but I'm saying back then, before YouTube's and all that, people would just watch TV. So once you get 100 episodes under your belt, you become syndicated. You make a lot of money because you're syndicated now, because the shows have already been produced, they've already been done. So you're basically just getting money for the advertising dollars for your show that's been created. And then there's a sliding scale with residuals for the actors. They get X amount, and as time goes on, it slides down. And then the producers that's when they really make their money. That's why Aaron Spelling made so much money, because he had so many shows, you know what I mean? And it had a lot going at one time, and he went back 30 years worth of shows. But Keenan was about to get his golden goose. Like he had 100 episodes of Living. They were going into the 5th season. Usually it takes 5 seasons to get 100 episodes. So they were going into the 5th season, and what they did dirty to Keenan was his show was about to go into syndication, which means he was making good money, but he would have really he would have made something like, I don't know, maybe like 25 to 50 million once the show went in syndication. I can't remember what the number was, but Keenan, as a gift to Keenan, instead of syndicating the show and letting him get paid, Fox said, "Oh no, we're going to start a new channel called FX, and we're going to run it there, and we're going to put it on FX to build that channel."
Right.
That cost Keenan probably, instead of him getting like, I'm throwing out numbers, y'all. I don't know exactly. Y'all can look it up. But instead of him getting 25 million, he only got like 2 million. It's some crazy number that didn't make any sense. So So he protested it and walked off the show. And that's why you saw this whole different cast at the end, because they were trying to keep the magic going. But once you lose the secret sauce, which was Keenan, which was the person held together, Damon Wayans, Kim Wayans, they all left. I think the last ones was Sean and Marlon, because Sean was still in his contract. And that's how they did him dirty. But it's like imagine if we had our own channels with Living Color, with the Chappelle Show, with all that. You got a studio there that Tyler Perry owns, that like you could take them same resources and make your own shit, and they're gonna come. It's just like hip hop. When they did hip hop, they told us it wouldn't work. It's a fad. No. So guess what? Too Short, MC Hammer, Master P, they started selling records out their trunk and started doing their own numbers. And when the record company seen the money they was making, and all these independent labels that were making so much money, that's why the big ones start swallowing them up, because they didn't want that competition and seeing them getting that money. Def Jam was a small little record label founded out of Rick Rubin's dorm with Russell Simmons, and Def Jam turned into a huge conglomerate. CBS bought it up, and then that's what happened. But even then, they weren't really sure, because they don't know how to understand our culture like we do. What is this taking a piece of cardboard and spinning on your back? What is that? You know what I mean? They don't understand that. So it's like it's a whole cold game that goes on that's way deeper than the things that we're talking about, like the Wakanda and all of that stuff. Like, we showed by the first Black Panther what it looks like when we support each other.
Right.
When we support our own. We showed it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what the numbers are on this one. Like I said, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know what's going on. I know there's one about the women that's doing something. I haven't seen that one either. But I saw my favorite girl, Courtney Michelle, talking about how there's the new movie, like the women are like 100-pound women are kicking ass, the grown ass man.
Right. And that's what I'm talking about, Richie. It's all part of wokeism. It's all part of the liberal left, more or less trying to push a narrative of either gender equality or gender superiority. And like I said, man, being a former teacher, black boys already don't have a positive image, man. They don't have positive images enough as it is. And sadly, some of these women align themselves with these liberal policies. We saw in the last election. They didn't vote for family. They voted for themselves. Sadly, many of them, they voted for power. But they always want us to come back in servitude, Richie, when it comes down to protection and security. And I got a problem with that, man, because black men are just not no damn tools to be used for their benefit. Like a lot of women got mad because Stacey Abrams didn't win it. They blamed it on black men. They said black men are the reason.
I heard about that. Is that true? She blamed it on black. Was that really a thing? I thought it was a joke.
I'm about to show it to you, bro. Hold tight. Top Gun said at the Culture Clinician, you have to be careful. YouTube may create another content creator to blacklist you. Imagine the poacher physician. That dude, wow, man. Yeah, man, listen, Judge Joe Brown was talking about, whole time, I'm going to let you listen to it, and you give me your interpretation. Let me add what Judge Joe Brown, he was talking about before you came on.
Hey, man, y'all can say what y'all want about Judge Joe Brown, but he be breaking it down. He be spitting.
Oh, yeah.
Judge Joe Brown be spitting, yo.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Judge on my show, man.
You got to get him on your show.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him, man. I'm going to try to get him on, man. He's an intelligent brother, man. Because, Richard, like I tell people, I've been advocating for boys and men for years, man. It's hard, man. And like you said, man, we got to always work extra hard to prove ourselves. But at 50 years old, I'm tired of proving myself, man. Shit, hell, it is what it is. Half my life is over with. I'm not going to keep working hard to prove nothing. I'm just going to ride off into the sunset, man, and enjoy the rest of my life, man. Because it gets old, Richie, trying to keep advocating and putting in work and being up late at night trying to do stuff, and you feel like you don't get the love and support that you deserve, man. It's frustrating. Hold on for a minute.
Fred Brown said, and they make him the villain, and they got all these little black kids and black women. Hey, they're cheering for him to be put down. So they make him the villain. And in the comic book, Killmonger is a person that engages in illicit drug sales and sex trafficking, where the Black Panther, who sounds like Killmonger in the comics, goes from Africa to Harlem to go deal with him because of his international influence negatively on black folk. They split the script all the way around. And then the final thing is, when you have one of those Marvel movies. If you wait through the credits, you'll get more to the movie. And then finally, the Black Panther is telling all these white people in the UN that they're going to help them. And the guy says, excuse me, with due respect, sir, why in the world would we be interested in what some backwoods agricultural place has to offer us? Oh. Mm. See, so, I mean, it's like that was predictable. And I'm so angry about one bad circumstance, not so much that it was the highest grossing superhero movie of all time, but out of every city in America, the highest gross for box office came out of Memphis, Tennessee.
Wow.
The largest predominantly black city in America.
Yeah.
And they had folk buying up 25, 30, 50 tickets at a time for parties they organized 2 and 3 weeks in advance. And you can't even get them out to organize saving their own neighborhoods like that.
Right.
So I'm just saying, damn, they ripped us off. And then I got the word back. They were rejoicing. Yeah, we got the African-American bunch once again bailed us out. See, that's how these folk got established more than 50 years ago. The movie industry was going bankrupt in the face of color TV. And every Thursday and Sunday, every movie theater in America had 2 new movies, plus cartoons and a sub-feature. And that made the studios come up with several hundred movies or productions a year. And they couldn't afford it in the face of color TV. So they got a bright idea, and they had all these newbies who were part of this cabal that came in. And they said, look, let us pose something for you. One, instead of having 2 new movies every Thursday and Sunday, let's keep the movies as long as people will come. And let's tap all of this cash out there and under.
What's your take on what Judge is saying thus far, Doc, Richard?
I mean, he's usually spot on with the things that he says, man. I really disagree with him. You know what I mean? He's pretty much spot on. I mean, the things that he says, I mean, he goes a little deeper than what I actually know. You know what I mean? Certain things that he says that happens, but not very much I disagree with Judge Joe Brown.
So the fact that he said that, you know, like I said, you were in Hollywood, you know, putting black people in like lesser roles or, you know, using them as being inferior or ignorant. What were your struggles, Richie, as a Hollywood actor? You know, what were your struggles with trying to stay status quo? Because I know you're very passionate and you speak your mind, and I know you don't mind saying what you need to say. But what were your struggles, man, with being silent when you really wanted to speak out? What were your struggles?
My struggles were, and that's kind of what made me stop acting. You know what I mean? Like, my struggles were the dialogue, man. When you get like non-melanated people writing for melanated people, man, I did an episode of MacGyver, man. If you watch that, it is the corniest shit in the world. We supposed to be gang members from LA. We was dressed like the Backstreet Boys. It was like a beaded video. The gang was on here and ready to fight. We walking towards each other. Like, it was just the dialogue was wrong. And I really had a problem with that because I had to go back to the hood. Like, when I was acting, I still lived at home. You know what I mean?
Right.
How you gonna represent what we are and then you looking like a cornball? But you know, it was very, very frustrating. It would be like us, you and I, writing a Chinese sitcom. Like, we wouldn't understand the humor, we wouldn't understand the timing. We might know the language, but we wouldn't understand the intricacies of being in a Chinese sitcom if we've never lived in it. So that's kind of like what they would do. They would have these writers like writing for us. Once again, I go back to the Hollywood Shuffle example. It's like that was the whole joke. You know what I mean? Like if you remember the movie Roots, do you know how many people was in Roots? They had everybody from OJ to John Amos to Leslie Uggams to Lou Gossett to Ben Vereen. Do you know how many all of Hollywood was auditioning for slaves?
Oh, wow.
Why were we all auditioning? Not we, I was too young, but I'm saying, but why were they auditioning for slaves? Because that was the only work. You're going to be a slave or you're going to be Benson. You know what I mean? You had the butler. He was a smart butler, but he was the butler or you was a slave. Like, and that was the whole point of the joke. It's like, you know what I mean? But now that we've taken the law into our own hands, you know, we got, dude, I tell people all the time, man, this is Zoom to Thailand. I film everything on this except for the drone shots. People like the quality. This is the quality. Like you can film a movie on an iPhone, literally.
Right.
The key, I'm gonna give you guys some free game. The key to anything to look good is the lighting. If you notice, you look at KC, he got a background of a Black Panther, which supports the theme of what he's talking about. Right. He's a dark-skinned dude, so he's well lit, because the darker you are, the more light you need, because our skin absorbs light.
Right.
So that's why, and red colors look better on us. He's wearing a red shirt, by the way, just coincidentally, red color looks better on us. Like green looks better on melanated people, non-melanated people. It's like, it's certain things there's certain tricks that you do to bring out the tones and play with the tones. There's certain things you can do, but the point I'm making is you can do it yourself. You ain't got to wait on people. That's why YouTube is so crazy. I was just looking at the numbers of some of these YouTubers, man. I mean, some of them, a coach clinician, I'm gonna give you a hot tip right now. If you want to make money and you want to switch the game, you tired of these people not supporting you, switch to kid subject matter. Do things with little children.
For little children, right. Mm-hmm.
The biggest YouTuber, I forgot his name, but he's like, because it starts that. This dude's bigger than Mr. Beast. Like Mr. Beast is like I thought Mr. Beast was number 1. Mr. Beast is like number 8. Mm-hmm. But Mr. Beast makes like, I don't know, I think 45 million a year. But this person was making like 60, 70 a year on YouTube. So if he's making 70, what's YouTube making on his content? So,
6 or 70 million?
Yes. I'll show you. Let me see if I can, I was just looking at it, man. It was YouTubers for 2022 or some shit. I gotta look and see. I gotta see what it is. I wasn't ready to just type in. I'll do it right now. Let me see. I'll be looking at yacht videos, because that's my bucket list. I want a yacht. I'm trying to get me a yacht up in this. That's the reason why I do all this YouTube work. I'm like, I feel like the work will be supported monetarily, but like you learn, like I learned, that don't mean shit.
It don't mean nothing, man.
I'm doing yacht work, but I'm getting rubber ducky money.
And you know what's funny? You said that, Richie. I remember, I think last week, man, the show I did called Thanatopsis, man, it literally took me 5 hours to put that show together, man. And when you put in all that work, man, and you don't get a full house, man, I'm like, man, I'm not gonna keep damn doing this, because it's a lot of work, man, and, it only get a little support. Folks don't share the stream. I said, I'm going to start using my time more wisely, man. And I got another content strategy. We'll talk about it behind the scenes that I'm looking at. That's going to be a lot more creative, going to be shorter, because I've seen guys getting paper, man, doing it a different way. And people don't understand, man, I do this because I love doing it. I love content creation. I love to see our men win. But I don't know. People just don't take it serious as they should, man. That's why I wish some of the people that don't support it will become a content creator, and they'll see the amount of work that we put in. They look at the screens, the work that you see me doing, but it takes a high level of creativity to do this stuff, man. Yeah, on top of working, Rich. I work full time too. So
on top of working, yeah.
I got a job, man.
This is your second job, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just not sitting around twiddling my thumbs, I work, but
that's the frustrating part.
Right, and I
found it, Coach Commission. I don't know if I can share this. I'll show you, but y'all don't gotta believe me. Y'all can look it up yourself. That's the good thing about, that's what I love about YouTube and the internet, man. You get caught capping, somebody will catch you. Like the internet's undefeated. So I can't make up shit. I can't say, I was this actor, I did this, and because you could you used to be able to just bullshit your way through shit, but you can look my shit up. You know what I mean? It's like
right. You can look mine up too. Right. You can look mine up. That's why I saw my intros with, because some of these cats saying they got degrees, and some of them don't have them, some of them never graduate.
Right. Yeah, and they talk all that mess and they don't. A lot of people like to tease Kevin Samuels because he didn't have a degree. He didn't, but shit, he still won. Now I'm looking now. These are the top richest YouTubers in 2022. At the bottom of the list is Keemstar with 3.1 million.
Never heard of him.
I told you 70 million. I made a grave mistake. The top person's name, I don't know if I can share it, which is a YouTuber called Coco Melon. It's a kids channel. Mm-hmm. You know how much they made in 2022?
How much?
$790 million. $790 million. How do I show that to you? Let me see. Let me see. I think I can do it like this. Let me see. Can you see let me see. No, I don't know how to do it. I'm trying to show you what it is.
Send the link to private, Richie. Or just type it in private.
Okay.
But I believe you. I believe you, brother. I believe.
But you want people to see it because it's hard to believe you can make damn near $1 billion on YouTube.
Oh yeah. I know. With if you got the right genre and the right niche, man, with your talent, man, you gonna kill it in a minute, man. Because that ACAA award was brilliant, man. I'm like, man, that is brilliant coming up with that concept, man. Very brilliant. You're a natural editor. You're in filmmaking, man. You know, like I said, man, you're a 5-star recruit in the game, man. So I see it. Hold tight.
God is good, man. It's all blessings, man. All it is for me, man, it's just it's a culmination of all the things I've been doing all my life. I do voiceovers for a living. That's how I bought my house, doing voiceovers. Mm-hmm. I do commercials for a living. That's how I kept the mortgage paid. I learned how to edit because I couldn't afford an editor. Mm-hmm. So I just started watching commercials with the volume off. Like watching how much, if you watch commercials with the volume off, you'll see how much information you get in 30 seconds. So they got 30 seconds to tell you a story and make you want to have their product. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's just how I learned. I just started watching. I'm like, okay, I got to be quick. I got to get it out. I got to make sure. But then you got to know how long to hold and how short to hold. Because sometimes if you hold on to too long, people get bored. You hold on to too short, people can't see it. That's why it takes me so long to do my episodes, because I'm not a trained editor. I eyeball stuff. So every time I see stuff, I'm like watching it over and over again to make sure that I get that right. Is that holding? So that's what part of the reason why it takes me so long. Plus, I do extensive research when I go and do stuff. So
right. Yeah. So let me play this for you, Rich. Hold tight. And you're right. You know, this is all about how to overcome being blacked out. You know, the good thing about Kevin, you know, he was killing the game, man. He was talking about creating media, black men to create their own media. And I do agree with that. It's just a point of folks coming together and setting aside their egos. I don't see it happening, but, you know.
That's the hard part. And then after that, right. If once you give them set aside their ego, then you got to worry about the rest of the people coming to support the work that you put in. Because they don't give a shit about how hard it was for you to do and how you stayed. They don't care. I stayed up till 5 a.m.
They don't, man.
They want to know, is it something that I want to see? And I get it. You know what I mean? That's their time, and their time is valuable. So we just hope when we do projects that a lot of people show up. I've seen streams you've had with a gang of people. So right. You got to check your analytics too and see what people want to see. They usually like to see drama. They like to see a train wreck. They like to see current events.
Right. No, you're right. It shows like testosterone, or shows with men eating healthy. They don't give a damn about stuff like that.
They don't. But do one about penis enlargement, man. I see some shit popped up in my feed. How to enlarge your penis. It had like 8 million views. I'm like, okay, y'all sneaky. Y'all act like y'all packing, but then y'all going to sneak to see what the secret sauce is. Because our intention is to tear through something. You know what I mean? So it's a trip, man. The things that you'll see on YouTube, they get all these views, man. And it's all about your title. It really is. Thumbnail and title is another secret people got.
Yeah. I know that, man. My thumbnails are excellent. Not trying to brag, but I think I do good work. I think my work is A+ work.
But you think your analytics will tell you, like analytics.
No, you're right. When I look at my CTRs, man, I'm getting like 9 and 10 on CTRs, man. The average CTR is like a 2 or 4. Mine is
what is 7. What's a CTR?
That's a click-through rate. Click-through rate.
Oh, click-through rate. Wait. You got a what? You get a 2?
No. I be getting like anywhere from 7 to 9s. I've got as high as 12.
That's good though. That's good
I've got as high as 12. Right.
Yeah. 2 is like You want to.
The 2 to 4 is about 4 is considered solid, but I be getting in the 7, 8s, 9s, and 10s, man. I be getting. Yeah, so it's there. But then there's a lot of competition, man. Like if you streaming and I'm streaming, and so you got a split audience, so that hurts it as well. Like the stream is picked up later tonight, and then sometime the way you start, you got to do the show precisely around the time that they tell you to start. But let me play this real quick because you're right. You don't have to be blacked out. And you know, this show was very dear to me, Richie, because some say they're going to boycott the movie, man, because they feel like the Black Panther should have found a way to recast him. If Black Panther was recast, who do you think would have been a good Black Panther in your opinion, Richie? Rich, I think your boy John Michael White would have been a good Black Panther. Michael John.
Yeah, isn't he too old for that? Like I would think so too, Michael John White. But if you're replacing somebody, wouldn't you have to be in his age range? Because Michael would be more like his father, like in that movie.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I can't. Yeah. Right. That's a good point. I'm trying to think of who else could have been.
I don't know because the actors is not the same no more. People are not even. You know, my guy Amin Joseph, who's on Snowfall. Mm-hmm. He would probably be good. But I really don't know, man. I don't know who's what anymore, bro. I'm in Thailand, you know, living my blessed life outside the Matrix. So I really don't even really keep up with it probably as much as I should. Judge Joe Brown probably know more about it than me. You know, so it's a thing. I know you sitting on this thing. If you want to play, I don't know how long it's like. It's
about 5 minutes. Let me play it real quick. Hold tight. And you know the crazy thing, Rich, I never heard of none of these people, man.
Me neither.
Never heard
Me neither. That music is driving me crazy, though.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna play through all of it. I get the drift, man. I'm gonna go back and look at some.
I was counting them like on this list. There's maybe that was at number 17. I counted so far.
Man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, brother. That's crazy. That's a lot.
That was 32. Money, I counted with one black person. I think in the total group, there's like maybe 4.
About 4.
About 4, yeah. From what I remember. That's why I was trying to count it live while I was watching it with you. But I know you don't want to sit through that whole thing. I'll go back and watch it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back and watch. But yeah, Judge Joe Brown was talking about. Hold tight. Let's listen to what Judge is saying.
Community. We want to deal with the black community. We call ourselves black then. So what did they do? Said, we're not going to give them all of these things we give white people.
And guys, go support Richie Mack. If you don't know who Richie is one of the most talented editors in the game, man, on this side of YouTube, man. Extremely talented. Go check out his channel, support his channel. If you plan to go to Thailand, man, go check Richie out. He'll get you right. And guys, if you have not donated to the channel on tonight while you're listen to the stream, donate to the channel. If you don't have money, as I say like 1,000 times, share the content. Share the content with at least 5 to 10 people. That helps the channel grow. That helps me. When you donate to the channel, it keeps me invigorated. It keeps me motivated. Because as you know and Richie know, content creation is hard. And it's a lot of work. And when you guys donate and show love, it helps me continue to do the work. So I appreciate it. But hold tight.
Because they can't see themselves being leaders and businessmen, all of this, that, and the other. We need to appeal to the lowest common denominator. So let them be caught up in our glorification of pimps, hoes, drug dealers, gangsters, robbers, murderers, burglars, and every kind of punk ass whatever we can think of, and get all of their money. And then they had, what is it, Black Caesar, had a football player, Fred the Hammer Williams. And he played this drug dealer who was also a hitman, and he rides off into the sunrise smoking a big cigar after they had this shootout in Long Beach, and no LAPD, no sirens or nothing, and the place is full of dead folk after this shootout. All right. And then 18 months later, they have, what is it, Superfly, Rod O'Neal, with a wig on top and his hair pressed, driving a pimp mobile, selling coke. Yeah, man, we got to get into this coke, man. That's some deep shit, man. And Freddie's dead, but Superfly is what it is. And Rod O'Neal's characters, they do 5 more movies in the franchise, and everybody switched from wearing dashikis and afros and beards, and now broad collar platforms, fried their hair again, driving pimp mobiles, talking about, yeah, man, about that cane, man. And the FBI started flooding the neighborhoods with coke. And then you got the jackass in chief sitting in the White House. He in 1977 and 79 and 81 with John B. Stennis and Eastland, James O. Eastland and Byrd. All these racist Klansmen, they started putting stuff in place, and Biden was going around saying, 1 rock will get you 5 years in a federal penitentiary, and that means the whole 60 months, not just a few months. 1 rock. And you got that crap going in because that came off of Freebase. Then you got that crackhead Hunter Biden son of his. So,
right.
He said what's on his mind.
Yeah,
he definitely said what's on his mind.
Yeah. And that's all part of the blackout, Richard. That's, in my opinion, it's all the blackout is not just in Hollywood and movies. It's on all stratas, man. From family to community to the higher layers, like you were saying, look at how hard certain key figures had to work, man, just to get a modicum of what people to do less work get, and it's frustrating, man, and there's definitely something behind the scenes, man, trying to usurp or more or less destroy the image of black men. And like I said, this latest movie with Black Panther Wakanda Forever, in my opinion, is just another attempt. Like we said, we had the Woman King recently. What was your take on the Woman King, which is the oxymoron?
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even. It's just like what you're saying. It's like I just got to be honest, man. I'm burnt out with hearing the destroy the black man's image and destroy, because it's like, dude, we have all the tools to do our own shit.
Right.
So it's like, I don't even want to hear that no more. You know what I mean? It's like. If we didn't, if it was the even in the 20s and when it was Black Wall Street, that was in the 20s, I think. That was 100 years ago. We put it together 100 years ago. We didn't have all the resources we have now: internet, millionaires, support, film studios. Like, we got everything to put it all together, man, and we just won't because we busy, buying gold chains and getting jacked and murdered for them in the Roscoe's parking lot. It's that was the last point I was gonna make, Coach Condition. It's like, this is why we need people like you, man. It's a brother. I was saying this earlier. We got off track. This dude put a $25 million diamond in his forehead. Do you know about that?
I saw that idiot. Yeah, I saw that idiot.
It's like, but there's no outrage. There's no outcry for that. But if a black dude moves overseas, everybody got something. Not everybody. A lot of people got something to say. When a dude puts $25 million in his damn forehead and then jumps out in the crowd and they try to snatch it out his head, that's just normal behavior for everybody. You know what I mean? It's like, what the hell is going on in the Matrix, man? It's like that $25 million could have, how many people you could have helped? That's my whole thing too. When I make money, it's like, I love to give, you know what I mean? Like, I really do. Like, I love, because it's not better than it. You can't, there's no better feeling than giving to somebody who don't have it, period. That's why when I see Reverend Barbecues and all these people with all these Cadillacs and jet planes and stuff. It's like, can you imagine how much your congregation would love you and would support you through any hard time if you just help them? They're giving you their last to see you get your jet, but you ain't giving them nothing back. All you give them is guilt for not giving you enough. It's like giving is the easiest thing to do. Now, I'm not saying give where you can't provide for yourself, because of course you got to look out for yourself first. But after you made like so much money, it's like, come on, man. It's like when you play Monopoly. Like after you got so much money and so much on the board, it's like the game's pretty much over because you've already won. It's like that's how it is when I see greed. Like I don't understand greed. I really don't. Like I've always questioned that in Hollywood and the music business. I just don't get it. It's like you'll never live. Even friends of mine who was in the street pharmaceutical game. I had a buddy tell me he was making so much money. He didn't know where to put the money. They couldn't hide it. There was enough places to put them. I'm like, nigga, why don't you just build something or give it to a church or do, it's really easy, but they're so used to like, getting this money, you know what I mean? Doing what it is. It's like, it's so easy to give and the karma that comes back on you. Because I tell people all the time, you might not believe in God, but you're going to believe in karma because everybody believes in karma because what you put out comes back. To me, that's spiritual for me. So it's like, I just don't get it. I don't understand why people don't like to give, but that's what I want to do. You know what I mean? I want to be able to help people. You
give, man. That's that Aries in. And my sister was Aries. Big hearted, love to give, big hearted, man. Yeah. Big hearted, love to give. I mean, I'm the same way. I love giving. When I do this, me being creative, man, is my way to giving to brothers so they don't have to go through what I went through and so many other young men went through. We all went through a lot of stuff, but we didn't have the internet to tell our story. And this movie, Black Panther Wakanda Forever 2 is just another means to show how, woke Disney is finding a way to minimize, in my opinion, the importance of black men and black boys,
But is it Walt Disney? Is it Walt Disney, though? Can we put that on Walt Disney? Because if I'm not mistaken, I think it was a black director. I don't know.
Ryan Coogler.
Is he black?
Yeah, Ryan Coogler is black, but they got to tap dance to the elites, man.
Wait, finish. All the lead actors are black. I'm pretty sure the writer's black. So it's like, they doing this, they doing that. It's like, dude, that's Martin Luther King's speech, man. It's like we can do our own shit. Why do we? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Let me give you an example. Let's say, okay, Disney owns the franchise to Black Panther. Okay, why we can't create our own superhero?
Right. The guy
you got all the technology that they got, or we can hire people to do the same technology it's just we can do our own shit. Like if I'm from LA, right? The biggest radio station and television station in LA are Hispanic stations.
Right.
Telemundo. I forgot the name of the radio. At least it used to be. I don't know maybe it's different now, but it was like, and they was getting it, because they support each other, man. It's like, this is not rocket science, man. It's not rocket science.
Well, but there's a brother, Rich. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's big on YouTube. I'm about to show him to you in a minute. And he's definitely made it so that he won't get blacked out because he know about the game. And you're right. I do agree with folks, time out for folks, keep making excuses, man, And you just roll with people that has your vision and your desire and your love, man. It's time out for keep talking about the same thing over and over again. Just get with people that have your. Let me show you this real quick. This brother, I don't know if you heard, but he's a black guy. He raised millions of dollars, man. Hold tight. He came up with something called the Rippleverse. You familiar with it?
What is it called? The Rippleverse?
Rippleverse, yeah. He's a black content. He's a black. Hold tight. I'm gonna show it to you. Hold tight. This brother's big, man. He raised millions of dollars to the point that some of white establishments got mad at him. Hold tight.
July has created and is unleashing on the public here. Right, I'm trying to find a better, you know what? We don't even need that on there. And
I'm
Eric July,
to his YouTube channel.
He's been planning this for 2 years. Okay. What is he planning? An all new comic book universe made to compete with Marvel and DC.
Mm-hmm. This is a brother.
Has been, and you can watch these videos. I don't want to speak for Eric July. He is well versed and has taken deep dives into all of these issues: tokenization of characters in comics, queer baiting, like a lot of things that a lot of virtue signaling publishers they think what's going on with your dog?
she's trying to get back.
Alan.
I know. As long as she doesn't start licking herself, we're good.
So Eric July launched this campaign to launch his comic book, the first issue of a character named Isam.
Actually,
right?
hold tight. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about, Richie. And Richie, what this brother's doing, Richie. What this brother's doing, Richie, is what you're saying. I'm not gonna worry about the naysayers no more. I'm just gonna roll with brothers like yourself. We're gonna be creative together. Like you said, we're better together, stronger together, being divided. And like-minded positive brothers that got the same mindset, man, we'll roll together. We'll figure this thing out. Because I'm definitely going to get you to do some work for me behind the scene, man. I got some projects I'm looking at, man. We're going to make it work. But I'm going to show you this guy from Rippaverse, because everything you're saying, brother, is powerful. This brother personifies everything you're talking about. And you don't have to be a pawn of the woke media, man. Like you said, when you create your own, you ain't got a damn tap dance. You can do what you want to do. And that's why it's so important, man, to have your own, to do your own. Because you don't have to wear dresses when you own your own media, own your own company. That's, I think, what Kevin Samuels was trying to do before he passed away. I think he was trying to get some black-owned media, man. Hold tight. This is the brother I'm talking about, man. Man, this brother raised millions. He raised millions of dollars, Richie, in like a month. I mean, killing it, Richie.
I wish I knew how to do that. If I knew how to do that, I'd get this damn movie made.
Well, you know what? Maybe you get in contact with this brother, man. Y'all can unite together, man. This brother's dope, man.
ISOM issue number 1 is the first book released through Rippaverse Publishing, which makes it extremely significant. Though this is ISOM's self-titled book, it also serves as a launching pad for our entire universe.
And that's why we got to support brothers like him. I would love to get that brother on my channel, man. Actually, you and him together, man, because you were in Hollywood. But he's doing the work, man. He has a YouTube channel. You know, he's killing the game, man. And he got a lot of haters, you know, a lot of ones in woke Hollywood. Because his whole argument is what I'm talking about, Richie. Woke Hollywood dictates how they want to project things. Just like they got Shuri being the new Black Panther. You know, She-Hulk was supposed to be stronger than, smarter than the Incredible Hulk. And all this stuff is by design, man. And he's the antithesis to a lot of this foolish mess in Hollywood. Hold tight.
This 96-pager was written by myself, Eric July. The pencil and ink work was done by the great Cliff Richards, and the color work was done by Gabe El Taib, 2 comic book veterans. This book is part 1 of the ill-advised arc, and it follows Avery Silman, who lives right outside of Flores Park, Texas, the place where he was born and raised. Now, Avery is what is known as an accept, which is what common folk in this area call special people. Years ago, shortly after he got his abilities, Avery decided to become a hero of sorts and adopted the moniker ISOM. But a certain event had him come to the realization that this life wasn't for him. So now he lives on his own ranch outside of the big city. One day, Avery gets a call from his sister Altona. She wants him to visit his old buddy because a family friend that interned at her company, Projexis, has gone missing. That old friend is Darren Fontano, and apparently he has some connection to his family friend. Fontano has much changed since he was kicking it with Avery when they were, wee lads. Now he's a cold-blooded shot caller that isn't afraid to do what it takes to remain in his position as one of the most respected people in the city. This is a man that you do not want to cross. What was supposed to be a simple meetup with an old friend turns into the longest day of Avery's life. He runs into other accepts such as Santuan, Yaira, and the Alpha Court. And some of these altercations take a very violent turn considering his past with one of these characters. You can see why he tries to stay out of the city. Who is this family friend, and what is their connection with Darren Fontano? How does this meeting between him and Avery turn out? And does he get the information that Altona needs? How does this impact the psyche of Avery, who went from a hero to a now blue-collar civilian? These are all questions that will be answered in ISOM issue number 1, which you can now pre-order at Rippaverse.com, along with some other limited edition merchandise items that will give you some more insight on the characters, such as
Earth, a place with such interesting beings. Like many other planets throughout the cosmos, their subjects have needless squabbles. But from those conflicts, I've discovered some creatures that could be of great use to our efforts. I'm not quite ready for the selection, but after many patient years, I feel it is time for more thorough documentation. This city is where we begin.
You see it firsthand, brother Rich. What you think about it, man? This brother's killing the game. He didn't take what woke Hollywood was saying. He did it on his own, and that's what we're talking about. Black men controlling their own media. I'll probably take this clip from this show called Richie Mack, Rippaverse, and Black Panther. I think that's what I'm gonna do, man. Richie Mack, Rippaverse, and Black Panther. Why black men need to control their own media. I think that's how I'm gonna sell it, man. That's how I'm gonna sell it.
I mean, it's a classic example of what I was talking about. I didn't know who the brother was. Thank you for putting me up on him. I subscribed while you were showing it. But it's like he just did. It's common sense. It's like
it's common sense, right?
I got an idea. I got a vibe. I need support. Please support me and watch me work.
Right. He been working, man. That brother, like I said, man, raised millions of dollars.
Yeah, I just don't know how to raise. If I knew how to raise money, it would be over. Like y'all don't. That's the reason why I shine in YouTube, because in Hollywood you had to have money to get all this stuff done. You know what I mean? But with YouTube, I can do my whole vision. I can do my own editing, my own storytelling, my own voiceover. I don't have to wait on nobody. I can just make it pop without a need of a team. So this is what I do by myself. Imagine if I had a team of talented people that have that were aligned with the same vision. But it just takes finance. You know what I mean? It takes. I just don't know how to do that. I've always been the creative talent guy. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, listen. If you ever need me to do some voiceovers, man, I think I got a voice for voiceovers. Actually,
I love you.
Well, let me show you, Rich. Hold on, because this is about the snake whisper. So hold tight. Tell me what you think about this one, man. Hold tight. Let me see if I can find it. This is the one. Shout out to my man Swagger 2 for that 20 spot. And that's a deal.
Swagger 2, he in free state.
That's a deal, right?
Hold coach, hold tight. That's a deal, right?
That's a deal, right? That's
appreciate
a deal,
Swagger
right?
2. Thank you, brother.
Hey,
I appreciate it, brother. And Swagger 2, because of that, brother, you are the #1 sponsor of the stream. Thank you, Swagger 2.
It's the money.
See, Richard, they didn't even know, man, that Rippaverse was actually a real thing. And so, guys, that's what we're talking about, man. Listen, you got a brilliant content creator, Richie Mack. And I'm not saying this no cap. If I didn't believe it, I don't say it because I'm very direct. But his editing skills is on a whole nother level. He's in the Richie sphere. You call that book Rippaverse? He's Richieverse, because he's in a whole different sphere, man. And it's so smooth, man. But I want to show you something, Richie. You gonna laugh at this? I might let me know, maybe we'll do some voiceovers, man, and I'll come through for you, brother. Hold tight. You gonna laugh at this one? This is for the one I did called the Snake Whisperer. Hold tight.
What up, Jay Shaw?
Follow me, baby. The elders are old and out of touch. I have the power to help you become the better version of yourself. Listen to me. I know what's best for you. I am the Snake Whisperer.
Snake Whisperer.
Snake Whisperer. What do you think about the voice, Rich?
I like your voice. The EQ you have on it, it sounds like you in a bathroom. Like it has to. You have to have that warmth that you have now with the microphone. I would make sure that it sounds like it sounds like you're separately recording and the sound is different. Like the key to everything, like everything I do, half of the editing is the sound.
Right.
You know what
True.
I mean? Like,
right.
if I don't have the right music playing to get the emotion I want out of people, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? I got to have the emotion. I got to have the effects. Everything is what sells the edit. So you can play off like bad video and say, oh, that's my style. I want it to be grainy and I want it to give that effect. But you cannot play off sound. Sound has to sound good in the speakers.
Right. No, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. I agree with that. Maybe that's something you can teach me, man. I don't know. If it was a recording in that. You said the sound off from.
It sounded like the way you sound now. I hear the bass in your voice. You sound full, and that one it sounded kind of tinny. It sounded like you like maybe you definitely did it on a different microphone.
Right. I think it was a mic. Yeah, I don't know if I did it on. Yeah.
And you might have been in a bathroom or something, had a little echo to it. Like, it's very important. You can hear how it sounds when you're doing it. A lot of times, like myself included, we get caught up in things that we do because we did it and we know the work. It's like our babies, like giving birth. Like each episode, I've given birth to a new episode. That's my baby. So I make sure it is. So sometimes we overlook things because it's our baby, but you got to be. I'm the most critical on myself because I hate being criticized. So you can say a lot of things about me, but you ain't gonna say my content is whack. You can say,
"Oh no, man, your content is the best, bro."
Yeah, but you ain't never gonna say it's whack because I don't like to be criticized. So it's like I told you when dude said, I'm overhyping Thailand. It's like, bro, I'm telling the truth. It ain't been one person I've seen come out here and call me out saying that I've done anything that that said anything that wasn't true. I mean, he did it in a respectful way, but just it's like one thing I learned, Coach Condition, and you know this because you're a YouTuber.
Right.
I didn't realize that people don't even watch the whole episodes. I'll go from beginning to end trying to you do a full story and but you only watch 40%. You only watch 50% of this shit. Like, you better stay out here. And they tell me that's good, Rich. You get people to watch 50%. I'm like, yeah.
Right. It's called the retention rate, right?
Yeah, the retention rate. So it's like they say, 50% is a good retention rate. Not for me. It's like I put in work for the whole shit.
Yeah, they don't. But it goes back to what you were saying, Richie. The attention span, man. That's why they're doing shorts because folks don't. They got short attention span, man.
That's true.
You'll see numbers in your stream rise, then you'll see them dip, then they rise back again. Then sometimes they'll dip. Like this stream, it was low, then it rose back again. It got high. So it's.
It is what it is. But speaking of stream, I got my own live stream. I got to do.
Okay. I'm gonna let you know, man.
For me, which is morning for you. For Saturday morning, it's Saturday afternoon now. It's almost noon here. So
what time, Richie? The one when you do it in? Because I think. So you normally have a stream around about 1:00.
Your time, yeah.
So is that 1:00 at night when you be doing it?
That's 1 a. It's 1 a.m. here in Thailand. So my Saturday night is your Saturday morning. So that's what I mean.
So when you do the countdown Saturday, whatever you call it,
Soul Train Saturday.
Yeah, is that 12:00 at night?
For me. But now that you guys move back in time, now I might have to go deeper. The only problem is I'll be on for 3-4 hours. So I'm either gonna come on at 12 or 1:00 your time. I'm not really sure because West Coast is 3 hours ahead. So I try not to get too early with it. But I figure I'm trying different stuff. Like what I do, people like the music because I do these mixes that bring back nostalgia and all the fun songs where we could dance and have fun. So I put those on there. So I'm gonna try. Usually I do it for 10 minutes, but this time I'm doing it for 20 minutes. I'm gonna see. I want to check because I'm not gonna they're gonna demonetize me anyway for the music. So at the end of the stream, I just cut the music off and play the stream. So I learned that from Angry Man. Shout out to Angry Man. Thank you for introducing me to put me in touch.
So you do what now? You say it again, Rich.
What I learned this from Angry Man. What I do is I play all my licensed music that they're gonna hit me for up at the top of my stream. I don't have a stream and then do it in the middle of the stream and then not do it at the end. It's like I put it all at the top, so that way they're gonna hit me with the strikes. But what I'll do is I'll cut that part off where the music was, and then when I edit that out and then put up the stream where there's no copyright infringement.
Oh, okay, I see your point. So it's almost like bring them in with the music, but then when you should re-upload it, right?
Well, you can either re-upload it or just edit it out. You know what I mean? that same
Trim it
upload.
out. Trim it
Yeah,
out.
trim it out. Yeah, trim it out.
Gotcha.
So that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna see how far I can push the envelope and see what works, because you got to try
sense.
stuff.
That makes sense. I think I'll try something like that. I was so scared about getting the copyright strikes, but I think I'll try that, man. I think I'll try that, and then like you said, just trim it out, because I got.
You don't get it now. I don't want to encourage people to do stuff that could get them in trouble. I'm trying it myself, so I want
No. You're right. I've done it a couple of times, man. I haven't done it in that synchronicity, but I've done it many times. I'll do it in the middle, but that makes sense, to go and trim it out, man. I wish they would just let you use copyright music and but.
Well, that's their money. How would you like it if they were using Kosher Clinician clips in their video and getting monetized off of your clips? You know what I mean? You wouldn't like
true.
That's their money. I wish they would too. I wish there was a way around it, but that's how they get their money. So I can't.
I wish it was a way to say if you use it, got to pay them a percentage. I don't mind paying them.
They do that. That's what they do, and that's what they're working on. But what they do now, they take all of your stream if you use their stuff. Or now they're working it where you do a partial. Like, I don't really understand how this shit works. Like, it's like all I know is, you got to skate on thin ice. And even though this is the land of freedom of speech, you better watch what you say, because you say the wrong thing, you will get snatched down in the land of the freedom of speech. So
yeah, man, freedom of speech ain't free, brother. Yeah, it ain't free. Shout out to my man Byron Hammer for the 2. Thank you, brother. He said that both of you guys are essential to the spaceman dial. I appreciate it, man. And being around brothers like Richard, man, makes it all worth it, man. It makes it all worth it. And I realize, man, this, you got to get creative, man. But I got some stuff up my sleeves, man. I'm gonna be chopping up with you in the background, man. I might even come on a new channel, man, that I got up my sleeves, and this is be my baby on the side, man. But I'm gonna do something totally different to get my paper.
Speaking of my baby on the side, Greg, don't be talking about my baby Courtney. He called him the snake whisperer. Courtney's my baby. I ride or die with Courtney, man. Courtney's my girl. I ride with Courtney. Yeah, man. That's my girl.
Yeah, I met Courtney in person. She's tall, man.
Is she? She probably taller than me, huh? Hey,
she might be your height. She might be your height. She thought she was. She had on shoes, high shoes. She was about 5'7"ish. 5'8".
Oh no! Give me my inch. I need my 5'8". I need my 5'8" Kosher Clinician. I need every bit of my 5'8". I might lie and say 5'9". Shit, it depends on how I'm feeling that day.
Somebody lie. You're crazy, man. You crazy. But listen, Richie, real quick, man. Thank you for coming in, man. I'm about to go to bed, man. I'm tired, man. The show was decent. I wish we had a bigger show out, but it is what it is, man. I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna figure this thing out.
You gotta quit doing that. Why do you put that on yourself, man? People might watch this later on. You don't know. You can't get discouraged off of good work. As long as you enjoy your work and your ride or dies, the Byron Hammer TVs,
right.
Hours, all the people,
right.
Top guns, like, you know what I mean. These guys, they rock with me too, and I love them. You know what I mean? It's like I say this all the time, man. I would much rather have quality than quantity. You know what I mean? I really don't give a shit. Like if I got to rock with, twice as many people and half of them is haters, it's like, I don't want that energy, man. I just like to be happy and have fun, bro. It's like life's too short. So I don't got time to be beefing, going back and forth. I'm not going to duck, an issue, but I'm definitely not trying to get on YouTube to be on the bullshit. You know what I mean?
No doubt. Yeah. Same here, man. Yeah. I mean, I say what I got to say when I need to say it, man. But But I'm the same. I guess it's that Leo in me, man. Us fly signs got.
Yeah, I know you. Hey, Coach Kanish say you get this work. Coach Kanish tell me you can get this work. Hey, Coach Kanish, I know it would be something you wish you get your hands on, man. I know you do, but that's what they do, man. They keyboard gangsters. They bad as a mother behind that computer, though.
Yeah. I had one, man.
But that's what it is.
The same one that was talking junk to me, you've been talking junk to me. Hey, I don't deal. He don't deal with me now. But
because it's like you got to remember that's what gets them up in the morning, man. That's another reason what I mean by the slave mentality. It's like, why are you trying to attack people that's trying to do something positive? See what I'm saying? If I'm getting on throwing up my threat and I'm all this and I'm F everybody else, I get that. But I'm trying to encourage people to live better. You're trying to encourage people to think better. And it's like, what is the harm in that? But that's where their life is. That shows you. you know, where they're that unhappy that they gotta shit on somebody being happy because it makes them happy.
Right.
Think about that. You're a psychologist. You know what I mean? Think about that. You gotta be unhappy to try to put all that unhappiness on everybody else, man. So it is what I pray for.
It's a myriad of issues, man. But I ain't gonna worry about it, man. I'm gonna keep flying high. You see, I got my Eagles, man. I'm representing my Eagles up here. That's what Eagles do.
I ain't never seen Eagles with a red Eagles though. Which Eagles is that?
Oh man, no, that's NCCU, man. That's North Carolina Central, man, incorporated. 19.
Oh, North Carolina. Okay, I always thought you was North Carolina, blue and white, Michael Jordan.
No. It's both. I went to NCCU.
Oh, then he gonna stun on me with the hat.
Yeah,
Where's
man,
my LA hat? Where's my LA?
I'm about to start.
Don't be calling out. Don't be calling out.
Man,
this is what it is.
Man, let me tell you something. I went to undergrad at North Carolina Central, man, but that's a historically black college. But I got this when I was in Harlem, man. I paid about $220 for this hat, man. It's called Flame Toppers up in Harlem, man.
Somebody try to mess with your hat, they can get that work for that
they
hat.
Get this work, man. They touch my hat, man. I put.
Yeah. All right, brother. I got to get to work, man. I got to start my day. You about to go to sleep. Thanks for waking me up, KC.
Man, listen.
Harvard in the pillow.
Listen, man. I appreciate everything you do, brother. Nothing but love, man. Nothing but love and respect, man. You are a stand-up brother, man. If I ever come to Thailand, man, I got you, man. You know, I'm gonna treat you show you some love when I come through, man. So if you need me to do anything for you, man, let me know. Just give me a heads up. I got you. I have never forgot you. I know I don't be on your stream like I used to. I'm just busy. I've been pumping out. If you know me, man, I'm pumping out. Sometimes I'm pumping out a show a day, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wish I have enough time in the day. Do they yellow check mark your shows? Because I get yellow.
Yeah, that's normal. It's normal.
Okay,
that's normal. The only way. So this is what you can do. A lot of times you can put it as you can put the show as private, I believe, or unlisted. But it's a process. Because like you said, well, are they trying to blacklist me or something? But
yeah,
that's just what they do, man. Like when you stream your shows, you can put it as unmonetized, and then you can go back later and monetize.
Monetize, but you trying to stop my money flow. You know what I mean?
No. What I'm saying, you can turn the monetization button off just initially while you're streaming the show, and then you can go back on. Somebody said it turns around, make the turnaround be a lot faster or something like that. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the standard protocol. Normally it's about a couple of hours to a couple of days, man. Sometimes they come back within 7 days, sometimes within an hour.
7 days, bro. Who has 7 days?
But some of them come back before then. Some of them like 2 days, man. It used to be
but it used to be the same. You know what I would do? I would just put it up yellow and then challenge it. It would come back a lot faster than when I don't put it up and challenge it. I noticed that it takes longer when you do it that way. So it's all good. I might go back to that way. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to figure it out, bro. I'm just trying.
Right.
It's the algorithm. Whoever you are, nigga. I wish we could talk. I need to figure out y'all.
Yeah, man.
All I need to know is the rules. If y'all get clear with the rules, I'll stay in the rules. But y'all got weirdo rules. Because I see the Fugazi stuff being put up, and nobody say nothing about that. When Kanye West said white lives matter, and he did all that about George Floyd, it was perfectly fine.
Right.
But then as soon as he flipped to something else, we got to stop this. So
right.
Just make it a level playing field is all I ask. I get it. The rules are the rules, but just let's keep it even, so we know which rules to play.
Tokenism at its best, man. Hey, Rich, I need you to do me a favor, man. I need to see your face, man, because I'm going to take this and cut you out, man. Give me a big smile, man. Give me a big smile, because I'm going to cut.
Man, I just woke up, hair ain't combed, no hair, but I got to go get my hair cut.
I'm going to use this picture, man, as a picture I'm going to take, man, from now, because I'm going to put you in Rippleverse there. Richie Mack, Rippleverse, and then Black Panther, man. That's going to be my next show, man. That'll be my next show. I'm just going to take the show.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you.
Wait a minute, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, baby. Much love to you and your family, man.
Much love to you, too. KC in the building.
Yeah,
Coach
man.
Commissioner give you that work. You can see him in person. You might get that work.
Might get that work, man. But I appreciate it, man. You always stand up, brother, man. Nothing but love for you, man. Thank you for your time and your candor. And like I said, when I have a flight to Thailand, man, and we're gonna have some fun, man. Yeah, I know. I saw you with Austin up there, man. Austin and who was it? Austin was Austin, TaylorMade, and
TaylorMade. I love TaylorMade.
And what's my man name? Big Boss Real Talk. I saw you guys.
Big Boss, yeah, man. He was. I don't know where he is now. I don't know if he's back or not. I was back in the States when he was out here. Our schedules kind of conflicted, but I don't know where he is, man. Shout out to Big Boss.
I was surprised, man. So many Thai people were so dark, man. Some of them look like black people, man. Some of them,
man. I tell people all the time. That's another thing too in my consultations because I do my consultations. I think one of my first consultations, one of the guys that you introduced me to.
To my James Turner.
James Turner, yes.
Yeah. James,
if y'all really into the melanation and y'all really want a dark woman that's maybe with maybe non-African but dark, take your butt to India. They got the most melanated. Mm-hmm. They look like that with straight jet black hair. They be melanated for real, like darker than kosher clinician. Like they got Indians that are darker than you, KC. Like
right.
I'm saying you super dark. My brother's darker than you.
No. I know what you're saying. Yeah, some of them have African blood, man.
Yeah, well, they got to because they so melanated. You know what I mean? It's like they are really, really dark. Like, damn, if it wasn't for the hair, you wouldn't know the difference. Just they got that bone straight hair, straight jet black hair, and that jet black skin, man. You know what I mean? I didn't think they was African American because they usually got the flat backs. You know what I mean? They usually got something nice at the top, but they just tapped off in the back a lot of times. I can't say for all of them, but that's the only way I'll be like, nah, they ain't got. I mean, everybody's African originally at some point.
Right.
I'm saying it's it's a little bit different. Shout out to Tim Howard, man. Look at him. He's always there. Jay Shar too. I love seeing that. You know what's fun when I do my Saturday stream. And I see their names pop up, and I start seeing them comment. I just start to get relaxed. You know, at first I say a prayer before every stream. You know, we have a good stream. Everything's positive. Everything's good. And then when I start seeing them names pop in that I see, I'm like, okay, it's family time. You know what I mean? These are like my family. So, you know what I mean? I love it. I don't see Tim Howard that much. Tim Howard, I'm calling you out. I don't see you that much. But Jay Shar, I always see Jay Shar. I always see. Is it Byro Hammer or B-Ro? I always call it B-Ro Hammer. Byro Hammer TV.
Byro Hammer, man. You know,
always,
him, Top Gun, man.
Always there, man. I love it, man. And a lot of these
brothers always showing love, man. I'm going to be honest with you. It's the brothers like, the James Turner, the Byro Hammer TVs, Top Guns, the Alton Prayers, the Tim Howards, the Bakers, Andrew Baker. And all. Yeah, those brothers, man, make you go hard in the paint for them, man. Those are the brothers that make you. So you know what you'd be like, man, I'm sick of doing this mess. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going for the brotherhood, man. Because those brothers always show love, man. And I'm grateful for those guys, man. Because like I said, man, this damn YouTube work. There's a lot of work behind doing this stuff, bro.
A lot of work, man. Hey, man, remember Jesus only had 12 disciples. You know what I mean? So be happy with your 5 or 6, whatever it is that you get, man. If I got me some riders, I'll take me a few ride or dies over a million weenies. You know what I mean? So it's like, so it is what it is, man. I like real people.
It is what it is, man. Yeah, and you a real OG, man, and ain't got nothing but love for you, dog.
Sir. You too, brother.
Nothing but love, man. But anyway, man, go ahead, man. Do your thing, man. Get you some noodles.
I'm gonna try and get a little bit of more of a nap. I'm gonna try and go back if I can. I don't know if I can now that I'm wound up. Eldon brought me my coffee, so now that I'm wound up, I don't know if I'm gonna go back to sleep, but I'm definitely gonna try, brother.
Yeah. I have to get ready.
KC,
have you seen Black Adam yet, man? You seen that?
Black who?
Black Adam.
What's that?
The Shazam movie, Shazam, Black Adam.
Is that good? Is it good?
I haven't seen it. It's supposed to be good, man.
I don't see any movies, man. I don't even watch my Netflix account I pay on every month, man. I be so busy doing this.
I don't need it, bro. I don't have time for nothing, man.
This thing consumes me because when I'm not working on Zoom to Thailand, I'm working on Zoom to Thailand Live. I got a live mix for my Patreon members, and I show them a little more spicy content on the Patreon, and then I do the live. Like I really literally have no idea what I'm gonna do. I just know that the mix is gonna be good. And then I'm going to show what I'm going to show, and then we're going to talk, we're going to chop it up. And usually, man, it's just a blessing. It usually comes out cool. We have fun, man. But I just got to learn to cut it down. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get, like, under 2 hours because nobody's going to sit through a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hour live stream. They're just not going to do it.
No, they're not. No, you're right. And so what you have to do, like you say, it's not wrong with that. You just take that 3 hour show and just cut it and make shows from that show.
But where do you cut? See, I know how to cut the beginning, but where do you cut the end? Where do you, because my shows, I don't know about your streams, but they don't start getting good till 3 hours in. Then everything starts cooking. So it's like I got to really figure that math out. You know what I mean? How to make that work. You know what I mean? So it's all good. We'll make it happen.
We'll talk, man. I ain't gonna hold you. Get you some rest and get you some food, bro. We'll make it happen, man.
All
Thanks
right,
for coming
in,
man.
All right,
brother.
Shout out to you, brother.
No doubt. Be good, brother. Be good, Rich. All right, guys. My man Joseph Turner said Black Adam won't disappoint. Well, I'm going to check it out, man. But anyway, guys, signing off, man. It's been a long stream, man. I love you, brothers, man. Thank you to the brothers that tuned in. And, guys, we are signing out.
I'm tired of America, so I'm hitting Richie on the net. I got the tickets, that's a bet. We need the link, my brother set it up. Damn, I didn't had enough. Ooh, I won't lie. Can I get a little shake with them fries? My skin tone is matching your eyes. Black men, you know we like them thighs. And baby, she can do it all. Your land is my land. Cut through.
Pain.